Hey guys, one godless woman. Wanted to talk about something going on in Pakistan right now. It's actually been going on in Pakistan for a while, since 2009, June 2009. So in June 2009, a young woman in her 20s was working, bringing water to workers in rural area in Pakistan. This woman is known as Bibi, or Asia, as we in the West would pronounce that name. She is Christian and she is a widow with 5 children. As she was bringing the water for the people that she was serving, who were Muslims, she had a drink, she had a sip of water from the same glass that she was presenting to the Muslim people. This was seen as a crime. It was seen as blasphemy and as an insult to Muhammad, because anyone who is not Muslim is seen as impure by Muslims. Islam is a supremacist ideology, and Muslims see themselves as supreme beings. So the fact that she drank, as a Christian woman, drank from a cup and then presented this cup to the people she was serving who were Muslims was seen as an attack. Asia, or Asia, was then dragged by the mob, because mobs happen really quick in Muslim majority countries. She was dragged by the mob and she was jailed. She's been in prison for almost a decade now for doing nothing but drinking water from the same cup that Muslims drank from. And she has been sentenced to death by hanging. The only way for her to be pardoned is through a Supreme Court. Now, the Supreme Court did hold a hearing this October the 8th, but no one knows what the result was, because no announcements have been made. And part of the problem is that even if she is publicly released and publicly pardoned by the authorities, the angry Muslim mob, and I'm going to attach videos for you to watch, the angry Muslims who want a 20-some-year-old woman hanged. They get joy. This is, for them, this is justice. They're calling for her to be hanged. Even if she's released and a statement made by whomever officials, she will still be killed by the Muslim mob. So who knows at this point? They're probably holding on to her just to save her life, you know, in prison, because it's they're gonna kill her. One way or another, they'll kill her. So this is really disgusting and disturbing. But this is a case that you should read and you should share with people, especially the social justice warrior types who have been, you know, they've been brainwashed, you know. And the sad part is they've been brainwashed by choice. It was their choice. They accept this brainwashing. Where I come from, and like places like Pakistan, the brainwashing is enforced. You don't know any better, but you here in the West know better. So I don't understand, you know. This ideology is dangerous. It's nothing to embrace. So the Foreign Affairs in Australia, they're actively lobbying for her release. Meanwhile, you know, Imam Tariq even speaks of her. Repeatedly, he speaks of her. He was recently interviewed, and I'll probably link that tweet as well, of his interview here with the Canadian show, and he spoke of her and he warned people. Meanwhile, our Prime Minister is running around trying to shove a carbon tax down our throat, and you know, Islam this and Islamophobia that. That's what our Prime Minister is doing, and trying to introduce his carbon tax, which is for the UN, because the UN wants this money. Trudeau doesn't want this money. He doesn't need this money. He needs this money to give it to the UN so that they can give him his UN seat, and he can become, you know, a king in the new world utopia where everyone is a slave under the elite that will rule. That's what the carbon tax is for. That's Trudeau's priorities. But not someone like her, who is in prison in Pakistan waiting to be killed for drinking from a cup that she shared with a bunch of Muslims. So there is no agency. As a woman living under Islam, you lose that. You lose everything. There's nothing. You are what they want to make of you. So she right now is evil and a blasphemer, because that's what they want her to be. Someone who has to die for some weird concept about insulting a religion or insulting a prophet. The prophet is dead. How can you insult someone who's dead? So that's that. That's a very important story that I wanted to share with you guys. Please look through the links, okay? Read it, share it. There's a message here. We need to learn from these things. The other thing I wanted to do was I wanted to make an announcement. It's probably due time now for me to disclose my project with all of you, because you can help me with this project. My project is a podcast that will be released next month. This podcast is global. It has a global reach, and it is targeted at Muslim women and girls. It is targeted at women who live in the Middle East and in Muslim majority countries. My podcast is revolutionary, and no, I'm not tooting my own horn. There has been nothing like this in the making. Nothing has ever been made like this. And it has the potential to help and honestly create a revolution for women in the Middle East. It might, if done well, and I'm doing everything I can to do it well, it might be the key, or at least the start and the beginning of helping women leave Islam and take control over their lives again in these countries that oppress them. So I need your help, and you can help in two ways. Donations are always welcome, and I have not thanked you guys enough for the donations that I have been getting. Thank you. I am not one to sit here and ask for money, because it's really difficult. But should you wish to donate, you should know what the cause is, and it will be revealed fully shortly in the next few weeks, my podcast. If you don't want to donate, please leave your email. I am going to put my own email in the description along with the links. Feel free to email me your name, how you'd like to contribute, and your email, because you're going to be involved with me in this project as well. There is going to be people who do contribute financially will have priority in my show, especially when they call in. So I don't want to disclose more than that. Gotta keep it somewhat exciting. So thank you again for everyone who has donated. If you wish to get involved with this podcast, please send your email as well. And before I go, I have something I want to share with you guys. So my last videos, I've been getting a good dose of hate, but you guys know this, I always get hate. And I always get death threats too. Like I get 1 or 2 death threats like a week, right? But I got a death threat the other day on YouTube. And I didn't delete it, I actually left it. But I reported it. And after I reported it, it was deleted. And I wanted to share the death threat that I got with you guys. So bear with me here. This was from Mike Walsh, okay? And it was edited. He edited it. He didn't like the death threat, so he went in and made it a better death threat. He said the following. One thing that you people need to understand is that we don't tolerate things like this in Canada. We kill Nazis here. This isn't the USA where everyone is lazy and drunk and unemployed. That's quite the vision you've got of the USA there, Mike. We all went to university and we all care about this country. People in these comment boards talk about killing Trudeau. Not sure when I talked about killing Trudeau. I don't advocate murder, sorry. Words matter. This is a good way to end up dead in a pool of your own blood. We kill Nazis here, capital letters. And if you think that we're going to let you talk about our immigrants like that, you're dead wrong. And he spelled your wrong, by the way. You need to edit it again there, Mike. You are marginalized in Canada the second you spout these views. None of you will ever get laid or paid as long as this is who you are in Canada. I'm so glad he's worried about my sex life. We will never let you share in our wealth. We kill people who talk like this in Canada. We like it. We give out medals for killing people who talk like you. It's very serious. Change now or you will die in cold blood, you grimy trash. Thanks, guys. Take care.